The grizzlies have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. How well does Hjkia execute? 1, 2, 3 grizzlies down. Well, now you definitely do know, and that means, well, effectively GG? Maybe. I mean, that was their win condition. Welcome to a zerok small team game, where we have a 3 versus 4. And the special thing about it is that it is actually the team with the highest rated player that has the 4-player team. In other words, the balancer expects the teammates to actively be harming Hjkia in this match. We've got in the northwest, in the blue, Cloakbots for Mandolin. In the purple, it is Pacifist 2 with Enfbots and an Engineer Commander but no special blueprint. And over here, double Commander for Arjak with Shield and Tank in the light blue. Kadechi and Bandit, so no special blueprints for you either. Then, on the side with 4 players, we've got in the orange Hjkia, who is already lagging, ping of a second. That's not looking good. With spiders in the red, we've got Rovers for male medicine, I guess. Yeah. And then we've got in the pink spiders for Sir Nell, who's already going for fusion. And in the orange, why is this one yellow? Oh, why is a yellow commander here? Oh, because this one is given to Hjkia. This was Yellow's factory, I guess. Airplanes for Kahoy. Yeah, and spiders for Cernel. Yeah, that's all. So, a good idea to give, well, factory to Hjkia. But also, like, yeah, that ping, half a second to a second ping, is not going to make this any easier for them. Couple of bandits moving forward, but against the Guardian Commander, they shouldn't be able to do anything. Just a couple of bandits, yeah, that's easily cleaned up by the Commander. But still, Northwest attrition because of it is not good. Chances of this player reclaiming is very high because they're actively doing that. That's very nicely done. But no raiding really commencing from Southeast team. For now, Eco is pretty even, but with this raid it could become, well, heavily favored for Team Northwest. But only a single metal extractor going down. Venom can normally be taken down by like a couple of bandits, but nope, in this case it is not happening. And the Ripper to clean up the bandit. Better micro could have killed everything. That's exactly what I mean. On this map, you've got like very good maxes forwards. 3.5 metal. This one as well. The others are just 2.0. So Hjkia already going for that makes a lot of sense. Very nice to have that under control. And over here, Scorcher should easily be cleaning up that glaive as well. But actually both of them go down. A little bit surprising, but I guess. Sure. I mean, that is, depending on like distance and all that, does make sense. But for now, Team Northwest with a slightly better eco. Army value on the field and all that, not too bad either. As long as you avoid red, your raiders could do a lot of damage. Bandits also slightly faster than Venom, especially when they have to go through the water. And even the base from Hjkia, once again, not that safe over here. Red building up a lot of defenses, wasting quite a bit of metal. Stardust, double loaders, and of course the terraform as well. Even though they don't really need it. I mean, just having this Ripper here is already more than enough. Ripper is not going to get a shot off, at least not yet. Venom does of course have good AoE, so like stunning a couple of bandits at a time. But bandits still moving through. That geothermal is above 80% construction, so will explode and take all of the bandits with it when it goes down. There it goes. As expected, could have had most of those bandits survive had they been further away. But nope, all of them going down. That's already a good trade for Southeast. Why? Because the bandits sacrificed themselves. Oh well, I mean, not that much reclaim because of the explosion. Only a couple hundred. But still. Very good for southeast. Will allow them to get a little bit more reclaim, of course. But at the same time, this corner, by now you would have hoped that they had it under control. At the same time though, this has not been captured by Team Northwest, and these have not been captured by either team. So, even though you miss 3 maxes, that hurts more than one 3.4 max gives you. It's not that bad, especially not because they miss one of the maxes as well. And I can try to raid rush the grizzly. You can try. You could also just ask for a widow. Have Hjkia create a widow, stun it, and then it just automatically dies pretty much. It just falls over and dies. Because there is no lobster to save it. And a couple of venoms moving in. That's just 5 venoms. Would normally be enough to stun the grizzly, but they don't have the DPS to do the follow-up of killing the grizzly. And now have to deal with all of those bandits. Will stay up, just because, well, able to hit the bandits, well, they're not fighting back and all that. AoE very good, not spread out. So, yeah. Venoms will be dealing with those bandits. Will be a good metal donation there, you would assume. But it's for now pretty even at the same time though. With 1,000 reclaim there. Southeast Hjkia should be able to do, or like, get a lot of the reclaim there. But Commander for Ajak will probably get to it first. Down in the southwest corner, couple of raiders, or like, couple of rovers trying to raid. But yeah, against Reaver and soon to be Ogre, that's not really going to work out for you. At the same time though, they are not moving forwards to get that insanely high value max. Well, not insanely, but that high value max. Over here, once again, a couple of bandits, not going to be enough to deal with the commander, especially not a level 2 high DPS commander, like this one. And with those loaders close by as well, yeah, nothing you can really do about it. We don't know, moving forwards. Plain old move forwards, please do micro it. I mean, it's being lucky thus far, but there it is not lucky anymore, and it does go down. As it should. Honestly, as it should. A widow that's not being microed and runs into enemy units, yeah, that should just go down. Would have been very nice against those, against the enemy grizzly, but yeah, no, too bad. Yeah, I don't know why you had it forward like that. I really don't. It's not as if you have your factory waypoint that far forwards. So, yeah. Okay. Geothermal now is up. Is currently not actually overdriving any maxes. Because, yeah. Too bad. Just barely not connecting the grid there. Over on this side, grid's also not connected. The question is more of, are you actually wasting energy because of it, or is it just that it's not optimally used? Because I don't fully know that. It seems like you're at least not wasting too much, because these are not using their full grid. So for now, it's not too bad. But of course, linking it up is going to be good for you. Widow, once again, going to try something. Try and scout, it seems. Not a bad thing, of course. Scouting the enemy. At the same time, though, using it against Grizzly could be very nice. For now, Hjkia just has to hold back. Cannot engage against like double Grizzly with just a couple of spiders. You really just can't. Of course, if they have... we must try to load the flank. If you do have Widow close by, even then it's probably not enough because it's double Grizzly. But now, Grizzly's still far away. Bandits are engaging. The Venoms on their own shouldn't be doing that. So all of those go down. Good fight over here for Hjkia. Or at least like Team Southeast. And the Grizzlies pretty much without support now. Thing is, Hjkia is not actually building their own Widow. And of course, their teammate's Widow is all the way forwards, not going to help out either. Cornea probably to morph it into an Iris, I would assume. But yeah, double Grizzly, full HP on your doorstep. Also like outranging everything they've got here, of course. So as I said before, pretty much just a useless medal. But yeah. Hjkia now, once again, going to try and move in with those Venoms and a couple of Hermits as well. I just don't really see it work out for them, but at least they are able to push back the enemy Grizzlies. The main issue is just that it's 2 Grizzlies, so even if you do stun one, the other one should be able to clean up your Venoms, but it's not really doing that. And it's not being microed in a way that the enemy Venom and all that would hit this one rather than the other one. Even if it was an attack move. But yeah, bit of a shame there. I think you could have kept it up with a little bit better pathing, because you were actively like keeping your other Grizzly between you and the enemy spiders. But okay, sure. It hurts losing that, of course. 2.3k reclaim, that should now all be for Team Southeast. But as we said before, the matchmaker expects you to be actively harmful to Southeast, at least some of these players, not sure which one exactly. But yeah, that's later. Going up in a position where if the enemy gets there, you haven't lost per se, but it's at least not looking very good for you. And indeed, yes, go there and take the Big Macs. Something you should be doing indeed. More bandits coming out. Mono bandit. I mean, it's a weird strategy, normally countered very easily and all that. But it's not being punished, so I don't see the issue in it. I don't. Hold on, did you sell off your tank factory in order to create a new tank factory, or was it killed and I just missed it? I hope it's the last. I hope it's the latter of those. Because I don't understand why he would else do this. Oh well. Anyways, yellow and orange there, cleaning everything up. At the same time, bandits moving in into full-on Ripper. Ouch. Yep, 150 lost, 2300 value destroyed. Ouch, those bandits were not the most effective. And now it is 3.5 Grizzlies up on the field. Full HP, the 3 that are up, so definitely have to watch out there. Of course, you do now have 2 Widows, one of them is at least with your own forces. So you might be able to stun one of them, but not the other 2. So if they engage all at the same time, it's still going to be a problem. There they come, once again, bandits. Of course, as we said before, AoE from Venom is very nice. Venom, of course, technically a riot as well, so does deal with these bandits very nicely. And most of the bandits have been cleaned up. Over here though, Metal Extractor under control by Hjkia. Venoms cleaned up. Couple of the Hermits do survive, but let's fight. Yeah, that's not good for Southeast. Losing 600 value there. 2.6k reclaim as well. How much of that is already in range of the commander? At least 600. Though they are not currently getting it. Whereas on this side, Hjkia is getting all of that reclaim. Still, that 1 second ping not helping them out at all either. And the teammates, this is a lot of units. Those could just move in here. I don't know how much you can actually see with your Widow. Yeah, you have a Widow there, but it doesn't really see a whole lot. And they go through all the new player things. I mean, that's very much possible. Probably just building 1 of each. No, that's not even the case. But they do definitely have like a lot of variety on the field. Could be using those Widows. But if they are indeed that new, they might not even know what a Widow exactly does. But hey, they can try. Thing is, Crab, without support, not going to hold on against 4 Grizzlies. And Red, are you able to help out against those Grizzlies? Well, you do have Scorches. Scorches high DPS versus effectively single target. So is very nice there. And, well, Impaler, even that is doing some damage because the Grizzlies are not being moved. Meanwhile, yellow and orange seems like it's mostly yellow though, have been able to get that position, kill the commander, and that means that the 2700 or so is now 3.3k reclaim, with the Big Macs once again under control for Team Southeast. Caretaker is going up, so even if they don't manually start reclaiming it, it will all slowly but surely be reclaimed. Desolator is also up, so that won't be, well, sucking any of your metal anymore. And the Grizzly. Grizzly equals Riot? Maybe. I mean, you had 4 Grizzlies, now you have 3 Grizzlies. That means you're already missing 1 Grizzly. So I don't know if it's actually like a Riot or that it was just like, well, we've got like 4 times the army value, so we just managed to kill it. I don't know. Can't lose tanks if you don't use tanks. I mean, that's very much valid. But at the same time, it's also not being pressured. It's not really something that the enemy has to worry about right now. But there could be a very strong force, very strong push coming in the future. Same time though, this is definitely very scary. 5000 value. A lot of DPS through Redback. A lot of a decent amount of HP through Hermit. And some nice stun through the Venoms as well. Commander already just ran over, cleaned up just like that. But now they're not actually cloaked up anymore. Spiders aren't that fast, as in they're pretty damn slow. And it's 5 Grizzlies on the field. You might stun 1, but you won't stun the other 4. Yeah, it's like a 9,000, almost 10,000 value in just Grizzlies. Not going to be cleaned up, and all of a sudden, yeah, you cleaned up a commander. Still almost 200% attrition there for Team Northwest. So, I'm sorry, Hjkia, but that was not a very good fight by you. Maybe if you had your units on hold fire or immediately retreated after taking down that commander, it would have been good. But even then, you would have probably been in the range of the Grizzlies anyways, making it a bit of a hard fight. But still, you can try again. I mean, there are only 5 Grizzlies and a single blitz there. So also seems like you are running out of energy, or did you turn it off manually? Not really sure. And just add some riots, that's definitely something that they should be doing. But again, 9500 value. Why do you add riot if you just outnumber the forces from the enemy? Like 2000 value versus like almost 10,000. Do you need riot then? Not really. Especially because Grizzly is also a burst damage. Not just like instant hit. It's like a small burst in its laser. So it's not purely single target. It can pierce through if the first unit goes down. It's like a 1 second burst. Half second. 0.8. Right. I was like, it's not 1 second because Lance is 1 second. And that's slightly longer. But yeah. 0.8 seconds. So clumped up, Grizzly can actually hit more than 1 target. And well, you might say it's a new player thing, but they are getting a singularity reactor up. This should really be linked up, but still. Singularity, couple hundred invested, but they're actually, nope, they're not going to be investing in it anymore, they're going to reclaim it. That's fine too. I mean, it's a bit early. I was like, well, it's something that is at least helping out the team. I mean, getting your eco up higher than that of the enemy, which you would kind of need because you are currently down. Just barely. But that's mostly through reclaim. And over here, well, the tank forces, they have indeed decided to move forwards. Pretty scary, aren't they? That's right. Crab, though, is armored up, will be soaking a lot of damage from the Minotaur, so will not actually be doing any more damage. So, 2-1 KD there, or like, damage dealt. Value destroyed. But over here, oh, yep, there they come. Spam fleas for win, yeah, it would work, because there are no riots at all. And yeah, it's an assault, so 9 badges, Not going to do anything against grizzly. It's going to take like an hour before you can kill one. A little bit of the same with blitz. Also, blitz is like fast enough that it can actually like close the distance to your badges quite nicely. And hey, the desolator is doing its job. It actually shot at the blitz. Now though, 5 grizzlies, 6 grizzlies. Factory from Hjkia is gone. They do still have their airplane factory, but they're not using that at all. And honestly, it seems pretty over, right? How is Hjkia going to pull their forces back? Well, an ultimatum. Ultimatum, of course, piercing as well. In a line, can kill quite a couple of those grizzlies. Can probably kill like 2, 3, 4. It depends on like when the grizzlies have last shot. So of course 1500 burst, whereas ultimatum is 2000 HP, so you can soak one of the shots. It really depends. But killing 3 grizzlies definitely would be worth it, and I don't think that's out of the question. Even killing 4 is probably possible, though again it really depends on when the grizzlies have last shot. Over here, the geothermal, advanced geothermal even, is up. He is giving a lot of nice little overdrive to Team Northwest. On the other side, they mainly have to do it through their fusions and all that. But also, their grid is not really linked together all that well. They only have this little bit in their own base. Whereas on this side, it's all linked together very nicely. And they're going for Trinity. Certainly would end the game. There is no anti-nuke going up, and I don't expect them to even consider building an anti-nuke. But yeah, 20 to 30 eco ahead for Team Northwest, ahead in attrition as well. And that is still not, except for those ultimatums, not really a counter to those grizzlies. At the same time though, you are now using like 9500 value to raid a metal extractor. That's wasting valuable time of your grizzlies. Send one flea in there and it would have gone down as well, just a little more slowly. Over here, Blitz are moving through, but aren't really able to do all that much, right? They should be able to clean up a couple of recluse, but that's about it. And all of those little convicts are at least trying to reclaim, but can't really do that right now. This though, now they're finally moving into a position where they can do some actual damage. Clean up all of those rovers. Get that max back under your control. So that would be very nice. Couple of weavers are moving out, and yep, indeed, 2 ultimatums are out. That means that you can have 1 to deal with this, though of course one of them is not going to deal with all 5, or at least I don't expect it to deal with all 5. But you kinda need 1 over here as well. Another 3 grizzlies out on the field. Yeah, they've got like 8 grizzlies out, building another. So we'll be... What? If it goes another 10 minutes, it would work, but by then they have the nuke. As in, this nuke is like, yeah, up first. It's like a minute or 2 earlier. So even with the stockpile time for a nuke, which is 180 seconds, it would just barely, well, it would be pretty even on which one is earlier. Oh, don't be doing that. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. And yeah, what? A detriment when you are losing hard. Well, they aren't going to be losing for long, because look at those ultimatums go. The grizzlies have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. So, there they come. The ultimatums. Cutting them off. But at the same time, oh, well, yeah, moving back. How well does Hjkia execute? 1, 2, 3 grizzlies down. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Only 3 of them down, but 1 of the ultimatums do survive. Does survive, so... yeah, it could still clean up 1 or 2 of these grizzlies. It's possible, but it is not exactly easy. 3000 reclaim though. That if they want to, they can go and get. But yeah, detriment, it's 24,000 value. That's triple that of a Trinity. Like, that is... I want to believe. The issue is I kinda can't. I don't see a world in which it actually is going to work out for you. Still, you're going to be reclaiming, if you do get all of the reclaim. Though I would probably prefer if you just build a caretaker. Build one caretaker and then just use that. Also, these are firing at radar dots. Radar wobble. Managed to waste one shot at least. But now this. 5 more grizzlies on the other side. Yeah. Another 5 grizzlies. Yeah, that is indeed not exactly what you want. Couple of dominatrix are coming out at the same time. Watch their target. They can't really be used against grizzlies. Not very effectively at least. This lab needs to stop playing defense. Sure, but at the same time, they are new, so hey. It's why the balancer actually thinks it's going to be a net negative to the team. Right? Otherwise they would have probably given the 4th player to this team. But yeah. Here though, Scorchers moving forwards. That's enough Scorchers to take that commander down. If it doesn't have support, and it doesn't have enough support. And there it goes. Still. Good fight there for Team Southeast. And you can probably go in there again with like something to snipe. I mean, there is still not really anything coming in. They have a couple of scythes that could do a lot of damage. But it's not really happening right now. Also, the Phantoms could be shooting at this crane if they had vision, but they don't. Ultimatum from Hjkia, once again, is repairing, but is that worth it? Isn't it just better to send it here and help out against those grizzlies? Even if you just kill 2 of them, you make cost easily. The other option would be to just send it around, try and sneak into their base. Kill the advanced geothermal, kill factory, kill Trinity even. I mean, that Trinity could easily end the game. Crab needs a repair and it's GG. Kinda? Yeah, I mean it is very good range compared to what Grizzly has. Especially because it is high up, so it does actually get a little bit of extra range as well. And it's able to soak enough damage that, well, a fellow assault is not really going to be helping out, or like destroy it too quickly. Technically, Crab isn't an assault, it's a heavy riot / skirmisher spider. IMO, it's a assault. It's 12,000 HP when healed, armored up. To me, that sounds a lot like an assault. Especially for the cost. I mean, that would actually make it, well, more cost for HP than what a Grizzly has. Easily, because it is both cheaper and it has effectively more HP. Right. Badges, if you force fire this, just do something like that. You can uncover those Phantoms very easily. You outrange them by quite a lot. And you have like the ultimate unit pretty much to uncover Phantoms, along with like Firewalker. Because you can just lay down a minefield. And oh, well, you are trying. That seems like dead Phantoms to me. There's 1 dead, 2 dead. Pwned, indeed. AoE from the crabs, uncovering the others, and they are all gone. Nicely done, Red. Such bad aim, too bad. Such stormtroopers. Couple of ogres moving through. Not really doing anything right now. Also, a bit of a shame with these sides here. Would be moving in, probably. The issue is like, where do you move in? I mean, you can actually just like move along there. You can. What's your target? Well, your target would in this case be detriment, strider hub, things like that. Geothermal isn't bad either. Fusion, definitely not a bad target. Probably even the best target, because taking down a 30 or 40,000 HP detriment seems somewhat unlikely with just a couple of size, especially because you're in between 2 desolators as well. And it's 6 minutes versus 4 minutes. I would even call it 2 minutes. So, are they going to be disrupting the operation from that nuke at all? Well, they are going to try. What's the estimated time of arrival here? 7. Yeah, that's going to need a little bit more support. Really need this, yes, but they're not actually building it. And even though Hjkia had an airplane factory, they've got no scouts. They're not going to scout. So I think that nuke could very easily end this game. Probably still not going to be destroying the detriment, just because it has just too much HP. I mean, a nuke doesn't have that much burst damage, just 11,500. Barely enough to kill like a couple of grizzlies. But yeah, over here though, this could be game. 9 scorches moving in, but also, yep, that ultimatum is going as well. Scorchers are also, pulling the attention from all of the scythes, are going to take down some eco. Not the most important at this stage of the game, of course. But still, grizzly down south as well. You've now just got a bit of an awful line to go through with that ultimatum. Still, you don't know about that nuke. And if you do, I highly question how you know that, but that's something else. Yeah. But if you do indeed decide to go... Wait, do you know? Well, now you definitely do know, and that means... Well, effectively GG? Maybe. I mean, that was their win condition. At the same time, though, they've still got all of this. 17,500 in, like, grizzlies and a couple of scythes. But at the same time, Hjkia just gives it up. Hjkia is the man. Hjkia gives up. That's one of your highest 2 players in this match. Ultimatum, not being countered. He lives. That's another 2 dead. Well, not another 2, but like, that's a dead 2 fusions. At least, it is if the ultimatum decides to go after them. Scythe, uh-oh. Ultimatum is spotted. Scythe does not actually go after it, because it was uncloaked, but not uncovered. Yeah, sure, there are a lot of things to look at on the other side of the map and all that, but no, I think we are going to focus on this for now. Nice grids of solar panels there. But no, oh, it's uncovered again. 144 DPS on that commander. Not enough. Shooting once, shooting twice kills both of the scythes. Able to continue living, continue going. It is trying to prevent enemy scythes from hitting it, but hey, not even needed. And yeah, 590 HP left. Can still go here, kill the fusions. Definitely still on the table. And the grizzlies can't seem to be moving forwards either. Over here, this is all going to be flattened by a nice little trimmer. Very nice. Going to improve the pathing for you. And indeed, ultimatum does take down fusion number 1. The other one is not going to explode, even if it does go down, because it's not 80%, it's only 70% done. Watch it with the death explosion, but nope, not even needed. They already say GG. And guess what? Last second, the detriment even went up as well. But it wasn't needed to win the game.